The first time my mum stared at me while I slept was the night my father died. Now I was 6 years old. "Mummy, is that you?" I asked when I saw her in front of my bed. She didn't respond. She just continued staring at me intently, her arms at her side. She has done this every night since. I'll wake up in the middle of the night, and she will be there at the foot of my bed, staring. She doesn't go away until morning. It's funny though, because I never actually see her come in or leave. I guess she does those things while I'm sleeping, or while I'm in the bathroom, or looking down at my pillow. I grew very comfortable with my mum's weird habit. She was protecting me while I slept, although I thought that she might be embarrassed about it, because every time I tried to talk to her at night, she would ignore me. So, I never brought this up to her during the day. It was our little secret. I never suspected anything sinister until I moved out to college. It was a 2-hour drive from my small hometown to the big university, which I completed on my own at 7 in the morning. That night, my roommate and I had been out at a frat party, the first time I got to try alcohol. We had a good time, and when we got back, I went straight to bed. An hour later, I woke up to go to the bathroom, when I saw my mother standing at the foot of the bed, as usual. "What the hell?" I shouted. "How did you get here? You're supposed to be 2 hours away." My mother just stood there as usual. No sound, no facial expression, just eye contact. "Hey, why are you shouting?" My roommate walked in and immediately stopped in his tracks, with an expression of pure terror. My mother immediately changed her gaze to him and started slowly walking towards him. What the fuck is this thing?" My roommate stammered, backing up into the wall. "Mum, he's just my roommate. He's fine," I said. "Mum? You call this thing your mom?" My roommate shouted. With that, my mother jumped on him and started howling in his face. I tried pulling her off him, but I couldn't. She was somehow too heavy, even though she weighed only 100 pounds. After about 30 seconds of howling, he was unconscious. "Mum, what did you do to him?" I shouted, crying. My mother resumed her position at the bed, staring at me as usual. I was about to call the police, but when I picked up my phone, I saw that I had just gotten a text message from my mother. "Hey honey, I just realized that you forgot your English textbook. Do you want me to mail it?" The message read. I called her, and she immediately picked up. "Mum, how are you calling me when you're standing right in front of me?" I asked. There was silence for a moment, and then she answered in a very nervous voice. "Sweetheart, what are you talking about?" "Mum, you're literally standing in front of me, just like you've done every night. How are you calling me?" "Oh God, you've been seeing her too. Why didn't you tell me?" My mum responded in a worried voice. "Honey, that thing you see in front of you is not me. You need to get out of there right now. I'm going to text you the location of a 24-hour diner that I know. It's about right in between us. Meet me there." "But Mum, this thing just hurt my roommate." And my mother's voice cracked, and she started to cry. "I'm sorry, honey. He'll be fine. Find his room key, put him in his bed, and lock the door." I did as my mother said, and made the 1-hour drive to the diner. She showed up still in her pajamas, with her face red and puffy from crying. "Honey, why didn't you tell me that you had been seeing her?" she asked. "Mum, I just thought it was you. I never brought it up to you because I assumed you were embarrassed." "Really? You never thought that it was weird that I never slept or blinked?" "Okay, well, now that I think about it, it was a little stupid of me not to think of that." "Honey, there's something that I need to tell you, that I've tried to keep a secret for a long time." I could see tears swelling in her eyes, but she fought them back with her eyelids. "Your father was very, very abusive towards me. He would hurt me every night. I wanted to leave him, but I didn't make enough money to raise you on my own. I knew that if he died, you would inherit all of his money. But I obviously did not have the guts or the strength to kill him. So I just silently endured the torture. I'd pray every night for something to come and take him. Then, one day, my doppelganger showed up." "Doppelganger?" I asked. "Yes, the woman you see in front of you at night. She's not really a human, she just imitates one. She showed up and granted my wish. Every time your father tried to beat me, she would come out and knock him unconscious. Eventually, the brain damage was too much to endure, and he died from a stroke. Ever since then, she's stayed with us." "Oh, so she's like a protective spirit?" I asked. "No. Do not think for 1 second that she is benevolent. She is an evil creature that wants to kill as much as she can. The only reason she has not killed you is because she is attached to me, and you are my son. But do not think that she doesn't want to. She will kill anybody she sees." My mother took a sip of her coffee, looked around the restaurant, and then lowered her voice. "Your roommate will be fine if it was just one attack, but you cannot let her get to him anymore. Lock your door every night, and don't let her out, even if you use the bathroom." We finished our meals, paid the bill, and then went our respective ways. When I got back to our apartment, my roommate was just waking up. "Hey man, I don't remember anything from last night. I don't even know where I put my room keys," he said. "No, I'm sorry. You left them on the couch and I grabbed them thinking they were mine," I said, and handed him the keys. So, I am sharing this story with you all to warn you of the dangers of a doppelganger. She is a curse that I will carry with me for the rest of my life, although I have learned how to live with her.
Hello listeners, if you enjoyed this story, please check out the author in the description. For more content, leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more sinister readings.